Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla. You can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Alpinestars Faster Airflow Jacket, available at RevZilla.com. It's leather, it's perfed, and in my opinion, this is the beginning of a two-season hot weather Alpinestars leather. We really, for frame of reference, have only seen the SP1 get into the mid-4s. This guy comes out of the gates for the spring of 18 around the $400 mark. So while it does have a full CE armor complement, great branding, and it's actually using Buffalo 1.3 millimeter hide, this guy won't break the bank. Now, it's bare bones on the inside. Basic mesh, it's meant to flow a ton of air, and one of the few gripes we have, and we're gonna talk about it when Joe turns backwards, not yet, is there's a minimization of stretch on this. It could be a bit more flexible, but all in, we are absolutely fans. Now, quick note on sizing. I have Joe to my left. He's going to be 5'8", 170 pounds, 38.5-inch chest. And in the Faster Airflow to my left, we have him in a size 48. Spot him within the Alpinestars size charts. And if we look at it, it's not race, it's not more American box. I'm gonna call it a sport fit. Room to move, but a nice pre-curve. This is absolutely a sport-oriented jacket. Has some decent adjustability at the cuffs, 2 snaps along the hip, again, giving you the ability to move with it. You're also gonna see this stretch paneling go up the arm, on the side of the pec, and ultimately, if you want more range of motion, this is where we get into the SP1, which is going to be the step up for about $40. You're gonna get a much wider and much more dynamic range of motion. But for around the $400 range, we really can't complain very much about this jacket. Now, keep in mind, we're gonna ship free over 39 bucks. I love you click our logo, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel, leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback on the Faster Airflow. Now, diving into the jacket itself, lots of perforation. Love the embroidered, almost silver anthracite logos. Classic things we see from Alpinestars. Neoprene lined collar, neoprene at the front of the collar, nothing encumbering you, meant to get out of the way. You do have your black anthracite color scheme here. And I will tell you, if you've never touched a buffalo hide jacket, it has a sheen to it, a different feel. It's a very unique feeling leather, very different than something like a naked cowhide or even an aniline or drum-dyed cowhide. Keep that in mind. Moving down, basic fan warmer pockets. We've talked about these stretch panels. Those panels are there to flow air and allow for stretch. And then basic. Auto-locking zippers from Alpinestars at the cuff, and then when you zip them down, they lock back, and you have the ability to Velcro over top of them from the lateral side, keeping everything in place. Turn the face that way for me and stop. If we look at the side, Alpinestars Bio Armor, shoulder and elbow going all the way down the forearm, and you do have an Alpinestars logoed hard part. It doesn't have the plastic on the outside, but it's leather coated, a little bit more stealth, a little bit more Batman. I actually think it works really well in this jacket. I would have loved to have seen them do anthracite reflective on the shoulder, but the fact that they've added reflective to a roughly $400 jacket is nice. If you're riding at night or in inclement weather, you have a better chance to be seen. If he raises his arm like that, you're going to see there's your stretch. Again, if you go to that SP1 Airflow, you get even more stretch. Anthracite working its way down the back, and there's that 2-position snap that we talked about earlier. Joe, turn backwards. Back protection does not come stock. You're gonna have to add a Nucleon back protector insert, taking this to CE level 1 or CE level 2 from Alpinestars. Comes with a foam pad just to hold its shape. And if we look at the back here, a little bit of lighter weight textile at the top of the back. If you're in that tuck position, it's going to aid in keeping you cool, allowing better airflow off the helmet down to the back, again, adding comfort while you're riding in hot weather riding times of the year. I love this jacket for the Northeast. Again, we see really sticky, hot, humid weather. And again, this perforation scheme coupled with a mixture of breathable textile and stretch panels will flow a ton of air. Also note down the back here, Alpinestars embroidered logo on a nice drop seat. Come back around to the front for me. Now let's open it up and look at the guts here. If we open it up, one of the things that's interestingly missing on this jacket is it doesn't have the waterproof Napoleon pocket. Alpinestars typically does that. I don't know why they didn't. The only thing I can think of is to be able to not block any of the airflow on the left chest. They don't want to encumber. When you add that waterproof pocket, it's going to block some of the airflow. On this side, fully unencumbered, and then ultimately there's your 360-degree zip. You can also see they're using a wicking mesh up here towards the collar that finishes its way out with that neoprene to keep things in place and keep it from chafing you, especially if you start to sweat. Zip that bad boy back up for me. So all in, not a lot of gripes here. with the faster airflow. Like I said, for another 40 bucks, go up to the SP1. Definitely watch that video before you pull the trigger on this. Slightly different jacket, a little bit bigger of a stretch scheme, but I like this as an entry-level, sport-oriented, fully perforated, 2-season hot weather jacket. The next step in your journey is to click the info button, your desktop, your mobile device. Visit the product detail page at RevZilla.com. Read other rider reviews. You shouldn't just take my word for it. As always, we'll ship for over 39 bucks. If you want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Stay up to date with our opinion, latest and greatest in the motor universe. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.